Hey everyone, and welcome. If you're a gym owner, an operator, a manager, a salesperson, or maybe a personal trainer, basically, if you're in the fitness industry, you are in exactly the right place. Today, we're going to be breaking down a fantastic white paper on gym sales training by jthomas. Our goal here is to give you some real, actionable insights that you can use to grow your business starting today.
And hey, just a quick heads up before we dive in. For any of you out there looking to open a brand new gym, maybe acquire an existing one, or you just need some working capital to grow, we can help with funding options up to $500K. The best part? It's unsecured with no restrictions on how you use it. You can check that out over at fmconsulting.net. All right, let's get right to the heart of it with this quote from Jim. Man, this really says it all, doesn't it? Every single one of you got into this business because you have a passion for fitness and for helping people. But, and this is the hard truth, passion alone just isn't enough to pay the bills, keep those lights on, or build the member base you need to thrive.
So that brings us to this really critical question, and I want you to take a second and be honest with yourself. Is your success, are your membership numbers, the result of a solid, repeatable system, or are you kind of just hoping that the right person walks through the door at the right time? Seriously, the answer to that question could be the difference between success and failure. You see, when we're just running on passion, it usually means we're also relying on things like luck, or maybe the natural charisma of one or two of your star employees. But what happens when they have an off day? Or worse, what if they leave? The white paper makes it super clear that this kind of trial and error approach just leads to inconsistent revenue, tons of missed opportunities, and honestly, a pretty frustrated team. So why is having a professional process more important right now than ever before? Well, there are basically three huge forces at play in the fitness market today that make just winging it a really, really dangerous game. Let's break them down. Okay, let's get real about what it's like out there. First, competition is absolutely fierce. You need a team that can clearly explain what makes your gym special. Second, today's consumers are smart, they're skeptical, and they've probably already researched 10 other gyms online. You need a process that builds real trust, not one that just feels pushy. And finally, every single person who walks in or calls is precious. Revenue is the oxygen for your gym, and without a system, you're just letting it leak out. Okay, so we've laid out the problem. Now, what's the solution? It is all about replacing that guesswork, that hope, with a professional, repeatable sales system. This, my friends, is where the magic really starts to happen. The foundation of this whole thing is a huge mindset shift. Your team has to go from being a passive order taker to a confident problem solver. When that switch flips, selling isn't about a transaction anymore. It becomes a consultation. It's about helping. Objections about price or time, they're not roadblocks. They're actually opportunities to learn more about what that person truly needs. And this is the structure that makes it work. It's not some big secret. It's a proven 5-step process that just makes sense. You start with a great greeting and build some real rapport. Then, and this is key, you move into a discovery phase to find out their real goals and problems. Only then do you give the tour, present the price, and ask for the sale. Every step has a purpose, and it creates a great experience every single time. And it goes even deeper than that. Proper sales training gives your team the tools to handle those objections we talked about. It teaches them how to follow up effectively. Because let's be honest, most sales don't happen on that first visit. And it shows them how to build powerful referral programs, turning one happy new member into 3 or 4 more. So what does all of this actually mean for your gym, for your bottom line, for your team's sanity? Let's talk about the real, tangible results you can expect when you make this shift. Okay, this is the number that should really get your attention. The white paper shows that gyms who implement a professional sales training system see, on average, a 20 to 50% increase in new membership sales. And here's the best part. That's without spending a single extra dime on advertising. You're just getting so much better at converting the leads you already have. That's huge. And it's not just about the money. The impact on your gym's culture is massive. Your staff suddenly feels confident and empowered, not scared of selling. Your whole team starts using the same professional language, which creates consistency. And maybe most important of all, your potential members feel heard and respected from the very first minute, which is the secret sauce to amazing long-term retention. All right, so you're probably thinking, this sounds awesome, but where on earth do I even start? Well, the good news is the white paper lays out a super clear 4-step action plan to get this culture going in your gym right away. First, practice every single day. You got to role play this stuff. Second, have weekly team meetings to go over your scripts and look at the numbers. Third, think about hiring an expert. A coach can bring in that structure and accountability you need. And finally, track everything. You have to know your numbers, your key performance indicators, because we all know you can't improve what you don't measure. So if you only take one single thing away from our chat today, let it be this. Professional sales training is not an expense. It is an investment. And it's one of the best investments you can possibly make in your business, with a return that is both immediate and incredibly powerful.
So really, the final question isn't if you should invest in a real sales system, it's how quickly can you get one built. If you are ready to stop leaving money on the table and really start growing, the next step is to get some expert help.
You can reach out directly to the author of this white paper, jthomas. His number is 214-629-7223, or you can email him at jthomas@fmconsulting.net. And we want to give a huge thanks to our sponsor, Gym Business Manager. If you're looking for top-tier gym software, check them out at gymbusinessmanager.com. Thanks so much for tuning in.